right, Mandy, it's time for another Podkinz.
Hooray! Look, is that you in your pajamas, Michael?
No, well, this episode is all about the new Bright and Boho Balcony room theme.
Oh,
And so that's
awesome.
my boho bohemian kind of outfit.
I
And
like it.
yeah, it's really relaxed, and there you are wearing yours. And we have this beautiful backdrop behind us. And actually, we have a special guest today, right?
We do. It's one of our favorite people to have on the Podkinz. It's our artist, Michael. You know what? I always call Michael Mike. Do I call you Mike?
Mike's fine. Yeah.
Perfect.
How are you today, Mike?
I'm great. Yeah, the weather is perfect outside. It's a new month. It's wonderful.
And so how have you been doing working from home these past few weeks? Do you prefer being in the studio or do you prefer working at home?
You know, it's funny. Everybody that I talk to says they prefer working from home, but I actually prefer working in the studio.
Nice.
Is that just like the equipment, or you just what?
Yeah, camaraderie.
It is. Like I don't know. I like going into the office. I like seeing everybody working on their stuff. And if you have a question, you can just poke somebody and ask them a question.
It is nice working in the studio because whenever I pass your desk, I can always look over your shoulder and see what you're working on, and it's always something pretty interesting.
Yeah, not only that, but Mike, I think our listeners probably know, but Mike is an amazing painter, and Mike often has some of his beautiful oil paintings up around his desk. So it's always lovely because you and I walk right past his desk every day to get to our desk because we're pretty close, right, Michael?
Yeah, it's like a mini art gallery at his desk. It's great.
It is, and it's beautiful. And yes, I'm the proud owner of one of Mike's beautiful paintings. Yeah.
And myself as well.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but thanks for being on the show, Mike. It's going to be a good one because, like I said, we're going to take a look at your concept drawings. This is the first sneak peek of the new Bright Boho Balcony room theme, which was actually the idea was submitted by the fan. But we're also going to take a look at what's coming up in June. And at the end of the episode, we're going to be giving away 2 codes today.
Wow.
One for a Polarberry and one for a Goo-Goo Berry. Actually, over the weekend, someone was asking or wondering on Webkinz News how you can collect Goo-Goo berries. And so we're going to talk about that as well. Well, of course, you get Polarberries and Goo-Goo berries during Berryfest, which runs from June 19th to the 28th. But you're going to get a berry here in advance for watching the podcast.
You're going to get 2 berries.
2 berries. Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you a little bit about that a little later on. But we're right into June now. And so we have a Stack 'em Up Solitaire trophy challenge going on. Love those trophy challenges.
Yes. Oh, the last one was it Ant Mania? I love that picnic basket.
Yeah, and the
picnic blanket. Yeah.
Yeah, and the tulip troubles as well, where you can get
Tulip,
that's
right.
The pet buddy. Yeah, and we actually have 2 more arcade challenges happening this month. From the 8th to the 14th, there's the Flutterbug Challenge. And then starting on June 29th, running for a week, is the Color Storm Challenge. And actually, I wanted to show you the prizes for those 2 challenges because they're really neat. We're giving away another pet buddy. This year is all about pet buddies, I think.
We've got some great ones coming up, right?
Oh, absolutely. And actually, talking about Jumbleberry Fields and Berryfest, we've also released 2 new berry fairies in Jumbleberry Fields, which you can collect when you trade in your jar of pickleberry preserves and moonberry preserves. So that's really exciting. So there's a look at Flutterbug, the bug from Flutterbug's the game. And then there's a Color Storm arcade unit that you can win when you complete the Color Storm challenge. Love those arcade units, and this one looks really unique.
That's awesome. Mike, did you work on this one, or was it one of the other artists?
I think it was one of the other artists. I don't remember working on that. Yeah.
I think you'd remember. It's pretty wild. That's
sometimes
cool.
You work on so many things that it's all a blur.
That's true. I guess it is. But yeah, that all of our artists are amazingingly talented. So,
absolutely.
So yeah, we're very lucky.
We are. They're so creative.
Yeah.
But I love how this one looks like almost like a weather station or something like that. And a lot of players send me their room designs, and I see a lot of arcades, and I can imagine this would look perfect in any Webkinz arcade. So I look forward to seeing how players use these in a room design. But Mandy, actually, we have a couple of special events coming up this month as well for pet owners, right, Mandy?
That's right. We have exciting news because if everybody remembers, back in April, we held a vote because we wanted to introduce a brand new little pet. And so we had, I can't remember, was it 16? I think we had to choose from. My math is terrible. But anyway, we narrowed it down with like a face-off. And the winning pet was the little Otter Pup, which, I mean, the Otter Pup is adorable. So now that there's a little one, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And that one is released this month. And so we're actually offering bonus activities for little Otter Pup owners from June 6th to 13th. And if you go to Webkinz News, you'll be able to see the schedule for the bonus activities. But yeah, awesome. I was going to say little pets that are based on regular pets actually come with the same PSI PSF as the regular size pets. Is that what you were going to mention, Michael?
Oh, no, I was just going to mention how awesome that PSI is, the pet-specific item. It looks like a vehicle in a oyster shell or clam shell. Really cool.
And before we recorded this, I meant to get the exact name of it. Of course I didn't, but I will look that up.
Yeah, so there you go. Now your otter can have a little brother or sister. So really, really cute.
Yeah.
And also we have some activities coming up for the Cote. Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I've been saying Cote. You know what? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it out loud. So you could be right. It could be.
I think it's the Cote.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But this is a very interesting looking pet.
It is. I believe it's a relative of the raccoon. It's different. Right. It's fun. I really like it because it's a lot different than sort of a standard pet that everybody knows, something new. And yeah, they are related to the raccoon. And the awesome thing about this one is these cool muddy paw print tiles, which are brand new. Cote owners will be able to collect one of those every day between June 12th and 18th on daily activities. And I love these paw prints. I think they're going to be really popular. I know we do a lot of cool paw prints, but these look like they're in dirt. So I could just see them being used so many different places. So I'm so excited.
Even indoors as well, like in the kitchen or by a door. It's like
tracking in your mud. Yeah.
Exactly. Make sure that your pet washes its paws before it enters your Webkinz house.
Yeah.
To avoid the paw prints.
I was going to say the Otter Pup's car was called the Seashell Racer, and their PSI was the clamshell cookies. And now if you look next to this Cote, it comes with that awesome swing and those, I believe they're empanadas. But it's a really beautiful PSI, this one too.
Oh, yeah.
Room. It's gorgeous. So
love the swings. Yeah, we've released so many, and that one is really unique. So there you go. Look for those special activities if you own these pets, and if you don't, there's still time to pick them up.
I believe the Cote actually comes out on June 12th in Gancy's store. So it would be the same day that special activities start, that you get the paw prints.
There you go. So look for that, guys. Oh, I just wanted to give a shout out to Kitty, actually.
Oh, okay.
Who's a big fan. And Mandy, you showed me one of her room designs, and it was really cute. So thank you, Kitty. I just wanted to shout out at the top of the show.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Chatting with Kitty, and she showed me a cute room that she made. So that's nice for you to say hi, Michael.
Yeah, and I think she has a birthday coming up too soon. So happy birthday to Kitty.
Yay! So our first Kinz post is from Sarah J. Hawk, and they say, "Dear Mandy and Michael, I've been playing Webkinz since 2007, and now it is helping me de-stress and get through college. I love your Podkinz so much. I have a question for you guys. Are the dance studio flooring and the cafe flooring the same, but just going in different directions? Thank you so much, Sarah J. Hawk." Well, I think Sarah J showed us something we hadn't realized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was curious, so I had to do a comparison. So there's a look on the left at the dance studio flooring and the cafe flooring on the right. And I think they're right. It looks like the same flooring, just rotated in the other direction. But you know what? I think that's great because, of course, you can rotate your furniture in your Webkinz room, but you can't rotate flooring. That would actually be a really interesting idea. But
now, I will point out, Michael, that if you look along the bottom, there is some extra detail added to the dance studio. Can you see along the edge?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So,
that's
because
true.
I think, dance studios need a little extra bounce. So there's probably an extra layer of wood. So there is a little bit of a difference, but yeah.
Absolutely. But no, good eye. And thank you for sending in a Kinz post, and check your inbox, right, Mandy? Because we always send players special items for being featured on the show. So I have another one here. This is from Master7. And they say, "Hi, Michael and Mandy. I like to watch Podkinz. It's really fun. I have a question. Before, when you bought a television, you could watch Chef Gazpacho's program like real television. Now you can't. Will you ever do it again? The best wishes for you, Master7." Well, thank you, Master7. Best wishes for you as well. So what they're talking about is when you used to add a television into your pet's room and click on it, it would sort of pop up this little TV interface and you could choose a specific channel to watch. We've updated that recently. So now that when you click on your television in room, the images flash on your television. So it looks like your pets are watching TV in the room. You no longer see that pop up. But Mandy, there are 2 rooms in the clubhouse that you can actually visit if you wanted to check out the televisions and see how they used to run.
Yeah.
And that there is the after school room and the classroom.
Right. Yeah, the after school room has a few different TVs you can click on. One of them, I don't know if everybody realized, one of them I think is a laptop TV. And the classroom has like an old-fashioned sort of classroom TV, right?
Right. Yeah. I love the classroom. It's a role-playing room. It's fun.
Yeah.
You can pretend to be the teacher or one of the students. So yeah, there you go. So thank you guys for your emails. If any of you listening or watching us would like to send us an email, you can email us at podkinz@gans.com. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe you have a question for the show. Maybe you want to say hi. But Mandy and I always love getting email.
We do.
The Inside Scoop.
All right. So on July 2nd, we are going to be releasing a brand new room theme to the W Shop. And that's always exciting when we do things like that. And Mandy, the winning theme, we held a contest earlier in the year.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And there were so many submissions, so many great submissions. It's always so hard to narrow it down.
It is. We asked everybody to submit a chair because we knew that this was going to be a really hard one to decide. So we thought, well, we'll give everybody the same criteria, right? Design a chair and suggest some other pieces. And so that was what we based it on. And you know what? We had some amazing submissions and then we narrowed it down to 10 finalists. And this one was a favorite of both the players in their comments. And also I think a lot of us, had a warm spot for it. So we were glad when it came out on top because it is super cute and super different, really.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great. Yeah.
And it is the Bright and Boho Balcony room theme, which was created by Tweetbird4. It's a cute name. And Mike, of course, has made concept drawings for the 12 items that are going to be part of the room theme. This is actually the drawing that was submitted by Tweetbird4. So, Mike, we are going to go through the 11 remaining items that you made concept drawings for. Okay?
And I will say, sorry, just before we start, when I reached out to Tweetbird4 to let them know they had won, I actually asked if they'd like to provide some sketches for some of the other items they had suggested. So I passed Tweetbird4's sketches along to Mike, right? So you used some of those, I believe.
Oh yeah, they're really good stuff. Like fantastic.
Yeah, they're very good artists. So it turned out really nicely.
Yep. So this is a look at the Boho reading rug chair. So this is Mike's first concept drawing. It's the Boho Textile Bed, and that is beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
It's a hammock under a little trellis. Yeah, I love that it's sitting on kind of this terracotta base. There's a lot of detail that's been added to this drawing. Mike, how did you like working on this room theme?
Yeah, I mean, I love the materials, like what you're saying, the terracotta material, the warmer climate. Like it's actually a very different theme than I've seen done in other Webkinz themes.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons it appealed to a lot of people was it is so different. But yeah, and it's so lush. Like I look at the vines you've got there and the layering of the rug and the pillows. It's just very rich and colorful.
Yeah, I can just see my pet relaxing on that hammock on a warm afternoon. Just beautiful. And again, like a lot of our other items, I can see these items working together as a room theme or mixed up with other items from other room themes. And I can't wait to see what players are going to come up with in their room design. So this is a boho rug. And Mike, this is beautiful. What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, again, just referencing the concepts that were given by the fan.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so they provided something. Okay.
Yeah, and I just based on that and the description that was given by Creative as well, to use certain colors, and because you wanted to have the warm colors in there, turquoise and the green. Yeah,
and the golds and reds. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I really hope this one turns out to be very big, because I see this as a beautiful rug that will really make a bold statement in your room. I think that's beautiful. And again, I know we always say this, but this looks like a hand painted painting. But Mike, you actually do all these on the computer, correct?
Well, I do the sketch. I do it on paper first.
Okay.
I was going to say, even with the equipment Mike has, it is hand drawn technically, right? Because you are using an instrument to draw right on your monitor. That's how it works. So even though it's using the technology of a computer, it's actually Michael's hand drawn work. So
true, very true. Yeah, at home I'm using a tablet, so I'm not using the Cintiq like I was using in the studio. So I'm not drawing on my monitor.
But it's sort of the same idea, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It is all hand. It basically is hand drawn onto the computer and then colored on the computer. It's to mimic a natural kind of look, like a kind of a watercolor oil kind of look, somewhere in between there.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I love this. And look at the detail.
The boho brassiere. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Is this going to be, I don't think it's a stove. Does it have stove functionality, or is it just an in-room decoration kind of like?
I don't think we discussed it having stove functionality. Yeah, I think it's just sort of meant to be a fire pit that you can have on your boho balcony.
Beautiful. And again, I can see this working in so many different types of designs.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And now, Mike, what are the markings on the side of that brazier?
Yeah, I try to keep it very generic. It does have that kind of Moroccan inspiration, like that kind of motif kind of design. But yeah, I did try to keep it generic. I don't want it to be recognizable too much.
It is very beautiful. So we have a lot to get through. So let's move on. Now, I love this. This is really unique. It's the Boho Balcony wallpaper. I don't know how many kinds of I think maybe we've done a few like this, but having a balcony, creating a balcony in your pet's room is something that's very unique. And Mike, this was designed beautifully. I love the railing there overlooking that beautiful scenery in the background. And that's actually, when you see Podkinz 140, that's the background that we used for that image. What was the inspiration for that background, Mike?
Well, again, the Moroccan landscape, just to have the old city with the mountains in the background and, the kind of that hot desert environment.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's like a city in the desert, right? Sort of with those clay buildings. And it's really stunning. It turned out so beautifully. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I know it's going to be beautiful, but your concept drawing turned out so beautifully. It's lovely, Mike.
Thank you.
Those hanging baskets, I don't think they're actually going to be included in the final item, because we are actually releasing those hanging baskets as an item.
We actually requested for them to be part of the balcony too.
Okay.
Because it sort of gives it, an end point, like where your top of your balcony is. So I think that's why we decided that the hanging basket, and again, this is another piece that is based on the designer's drawing. So they did include the hanging baskets. And so I felt like it nicely sort of closed off the top of the balcony.
No, actually, yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. And so you'll be able to add more, I guess, if you wanted to, because we'll take a look at the hanging baskets in just a moment.
Yeah.
But here is the flooring that is designed to work with the wallpaper. And I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, very simple, but very cool. And again, as with tons of our stuff, I can see them using this in a bunch of different places. Mike, for the tiles on the side, what was your inspiration? Like that sort of decorative tile that you've used in the wallpaper and the flooring?
One of the drawings that was provided by one of the fans, I think it was one of the windows or the door. It did have a similar pattern to that along the side. So I wanted to repurpose that and kind of use that within the different items. So you can see that it's in the wallpaper, like the trim. and then it's again on the floor, so that there's kind of a connected feeling between the wallpaper and the floor.
Yeah, really unique. I can't think of a flooring that we have that looks like this. I guess those are the terracotta tiles, perhaps.
Yeah.
And just the patterns and the colors are just beautiful. I can't wait to design with these items. And guys, by the way, like I said before, this is going to be available July 2nd in the W shop for Kinz Cash. So this isn't an e-store theme. It's going to be available for Kinz Cash. So start saving now. That's what I say. Anyway, here's a boho basket table. And
nice.
Beautiful. I love the drapery on the top. Yeah, just the texture for the basket just came out so well in your drawing, Mike. How do you decide on the colors? Because I mean, there's a lot of different colors that have been incorporated into this room theme. And how did you arrive on the bluey purple yellow kind of on the top?
Yeah, I felt like because the basket material was really like an orange beige color, it's something to kind of cool it down a little bit. I didn't want to use a red or a yellow, so definitely not a yellow because it was too close to the basket color. Yeah, so I thought, why not add some more turquoise? And of course, purple always goes nicely with turquoise. So just based on that, I always start with what the basic shape is, and the basket itself was the starting point, and then the cloth was like the decoration that went on top of it.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. I can see a whole clothing line coming out based on this room theme as well. I think it's beautiful, really bright, perfect for the summer. And here is the Boho Sofa. And there's some of that material that's carried through to this design.
So this is like one of those papasan, I believe that's the name, right? Like those big basket, you can get basket chairs, but you can also get them in a sofa, right?
Yeah, it's true. You see this often as a single chair with that kind of wicker chair.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just double sized to fit a couple pets on it.
Oh, cute. And the throws and the pillows just make it look so comfy and casual, right? Just really inviting.
You just want to lie back and have a nap again with this item. I don't know why I feel like taking a nap. Taking a look at all these items because they just all look so cozy. I can just feel the heat from the sun being soaked into the pillows and the cushion there. Just such a nice warm feeling to all these items. Mike, you did a great job. And this one's pretty unique. I really like it. It's the boho wall lantern.
Oh,
and
it's
so
beautiful.
Yeah, I get the idea here is you would be able to hang it on your pet's wall.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Just I love the colored glass, and I think that's going to be beautiful when it's hanging on the wall.
Absolutely. Now, Mike, is that gold?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's actually, it's a really cool item because everything suggests like gold, like the pillows and everything. There's a suggestion of it, but this is actually a gold item. So I think I can't wait to see it as an item on the wall.
Yeah, beautiful. I could even see us maybe someday we could reuse that beautiful lamp as like a standing lamp, maybe add it onto a
like
pole
or a chandelier or like candelabra with several of them. Just beautiful. And again, I can see this being used in a lot of rooms as well, like a medieval room or a palace of some sort, because it just has a real regal feel to it. And as you said, it's gold and it's beautiful and bright. We were talking before about those hanging baskets. Well, here's the Boho Terracotta Planters.
Oh,
so
cute.
Yeah, I remember recently someone was asking if we could create a hanging wall item that would be a plant. And so here you go. This again would look beautiful in any type of rooms, like kitchens, balconies. I know a lot of players have been sending me flower shops because we recently had a flower shop event in Webkinz.
Oh, this would have been perfect in a flower shop. So that'll be great.
Yeah, greenhouses, things like that. Mike, how did you decide which plants to use for these little planters?
I did again my search for Moroccan kind of plants.
Okay.
And of course be inspired by that kind of desert plants or
succulents maybe, or
there is they are kind of, some of them look a bit like cactuses, like they're similar to that. Yeah, there's the textile kind of fabric and the tied up ends on the bottom there.
That's a beautiful touch. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it has the beads are all along it as well. That's really nice.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So these look like the ones that are running along the balcony, but of course on the left side of that wallpaper there was just the brick wall, so you could add some more if you wanted to brighten up your balcony even more. I found this to be very unique. It's a boho window, but now this is a window that is actually the outside of a window that you are looking inside into somebody's home. And we don't do that very often. I think this is a great idea because of course, if you're sitting on a balcony, you would see the exterior of the window, not the interior.
I bet you a lot of our players use this in a bunch of different applications because I think it's the first time we've ever done one like that, isn't it? Where it's actually looking into a room rather than out. So, and I can see people using it because we do have a lot of like brick walls or sort of wood walls. So I'm sure we'll have players creating like an outdoor area and using these to make it look like they're looking inside their house. Very cool.
I really like that brick ledge or brick windowsill there. And there are some more succulents that's sitting on the window ledge. Beautiful. Now that teal color, they're on the shutters. Did you use that for some of the other items? Because I think this is one of the first times I'm seeing that kind of color. I guess it was incorporated in the blanket as well.
On the flooring.
And the wallpaper too, right?
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, and a couple of the rugs. Yeah, there's a few I think it's scattered throughout. Yeah.
And on the table, remember the cloth draped across the little basket table?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember, we have that functionality now where your pet can actually sit inside a wall item. Maybe we should do it so that when you click on this item, your pet would actually be inside looking out the window.
That is a great idea.
I think that would be fun. So Eric, of course, our technical artist, he's not on today, but we'll have to let him know that is the functionality that we'd like, because I think that'd be really cute. Now, here's a look at the last item we have today, and it's the Boho Door. And I think this item is really unique because, again, it's not often where we actually feature the exterior of a door looking into someone's home.
Yeah, I love the beaded curtain. You can almost, I know it's only the concept drawing, we're not at the end, but I'm so excited because even in the concept drawing you can feel the sparkle of those beads and the colors. Again, it picks up the earthy tones and that teal color. Mike, you did a fan job.
Yeah, it was so fun. I think just like what you're saying, the most exciting part was the beaded curtain. It adds such a different element to the materials.
Yeah,
because no other item has that sparkly quality.
And I love the fact that the doors are just wide open because you can almost feel the breeze entering the room there from the outdoors. You know, when the breeze hits beads, they kind of subtly sway back and forth, and you can hear little clicks from the beads hitting each other. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I was going to say we should probably talk to Eric and ask too if the pet could be sitting behind the glass beaded curtain.
Yeah, I think that would
be cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go, guys. That is your first look.
Those turned out so well. Sorry, Michael.
No. Those are great, Mike. Is this one of your favorite room themes that you've worked on?
It is definitely, yeah. It's so unique that it's memorable. That's for sure.
I think our players are going to love this, and I know that they are going to be so happy that this is going to be a W Shop theme because eStore has loads and loads of gorgeous themes, which we love. But everybody gets really excited when we do W Shop themes, and this one in particular is just extra special.
Absolutely. So congratulations, Tweetbird4. For your awesome Bright Boho Balcony room theme. I hope that you are happy the way things turned out. And Mike, I can't wait to see how the final items will look once they have been modeled in 3D.
Me too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting to see it all together.
Yep. So guys, stay tuned to Webkinz News because we'll be showing off the final items soon. And of course, again, this room theme will be released on July 2nd. So now is time to give away the code for that Polarberry and the Goo-Goo Berry, but I just wanted to explain how those work. So Berryfest runs from June 19th to 28th in Webkinz World, and during that event, you can look for floating jumble berries that are floating across your screen. And when you click on one, you're going to be awarded one of 6 berries. So you'll have a chance to get one of the berries from Jumbleberry Fields, the sugarberry, jumbleberry, pickleberry, moonberry, or there's a chance of getting a Goo-Goo Berry and a Polarberry. And these berries are only available during Berryfest. And the way that they work is every single time you feed your pet a Goo-Goo Berry or a Polarberry, you are going to win a prize. And there's 3 levels of prizes. There are common prizes, there are uncommon prizes, and there are rare prizes. And so, it's tough to find a Goo-Goo Berry or Polar Berry during the event. And it's even harder in order to win that rare prize. So we're going to give you lots of chances every day to collect berries. And here's a sneak peek at this year's prizes. Now, the rare prize, that was repeated from last year because a lot of players complained that they wanted more and they didn't get an opportunity to win enough of those. So we're going to give players another chance to collect more of those sour Goo-Goo Berry seeds and sour Polar Berry seeds. But Mandy, these prizes are really cool. Like, look at the common prizes, for example. New this year to the event are those beanbag chairs and the floor tiles. And the floor tiles actually look like the berries that you can set up in your room. It looks like they've fallen on the ground. Some have been stepped on, so you see little splatter marks.
I love those floor tiles. I always love floor tiles, but we've been doing some really fun ones where, we've been doing them for years, like where it's something sort of strewn across the ground, and I love it because these are just so cute, and the little splats are so fun.
Did you work on any of these prizes, Mike?
Not that I remember. No, I don't think so.
There's so many items that you've worked on, it's hard to remember which ones. Again, new this year as well is there's the Polar Berry purse and Goo-Goo Berry purse. So your pets can actually, those are clothing items that your pet can actually wear, sling them over their shoulders, and it actually looks like a purse. Of course, there's one based off the Goo-Goo Berry, one off the Polar Berry, and there are those Berryfest posters. One of them has the blue font or the blue berry splats for the Goo-Goo Berry, and you see Goo-Goo Berry there, and in the Polar Berry one, it's the same sort of poster, but featured in red. They look beautiful on the wall. They're nice and big, and what a great souvenir for participating in Berryfest, right, Mandy?
Yeah, they have like the real sense of excitement. They really look like, something that would be advertised in this big fun event. And I can see people, sticking these in their barns and in their sort of berry. There's so many berry items. I was going to say berry roadside stands and stuff. These will look great with all of those.
Absolutely. And so, again, you can only collect Polar Berries and Goo-Goo Berries during Berryfest. But today, for a very special treat, we're going to give everyone a code for each of those berries today. And by the way, I should say, unlike something like the Wacky Zingos celebration, where you can collect food and feed it to your pet, like wacky pieces of food, and you feed it to your pet, there's a small chance that you can win a prize. But these berries, the Polar Berries and Goo-Goo Berries, every time you feed your pet one of these berries, you're guaranteed to win one of these prizes. Awesome. And if you have berries left over from last year, you can still feed them to your pet and you'll earn one of these prizes as well. So Mandy, would you like to do the honors and give out the code for the Polar Berry?
Sure. So it is W249 7X3M CZFSNSRU.
There you go. And I will give out the code for the Goo-Goo Berry. The code is W249V753PLFLSNVG. And all you need to do is enter that code in the code shop and you'll unlock that berry. It'll be added to your dock. Just look in the food section. Yeah.
Do these have an expiry date, Michael?
Yes, sorry. They do expire on September 30th. So you're going to want to use the code before then. Again, the berries won't expire. Once they're in your dock, you can keep them. You can feed them to your pet. Just enter those codes at the code shop and your berries will be added to your dock. And when you feed one to your pet, you'll win one of those prizes. Hey, Mandy, by the way, I just wanted to mention that we are going to be holding another Deluxe Preview Week from June 15th to 21st.
It is so awesome because it gives our free and full players a chance to see why Deluxe is such a great deal.
Exactly. So tell your family members, tell your friends, guys. From June 15th to 21st, anybody who logs into the website will be able to play as a Deluxe member. Thank you so much, Mike, for being on the show with us. There's a look at that backdrop again that you've painted. It's beautiful. And that's the same one that's featured on the Boho balcony wallpaper. Mandy, there is our email address. Anybody can email us at podkinz@gans.com, right?
Right. And if they do, and if we end up reading it out on a Podkinz, then we will send you something cool, a virtual item for Webkinz. So please, we love hearing from you.
And you'll want to check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Webkinz. Well, every episode we give out a community code for something pretty special. And if you listen back to previous episodes, you'll be able to grab some codes that hopefully haven't expired, and you'll be able to pick up some bonus prizes. Mike, thanks so much for joining us on Podkinz 140.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, we miss seeing you at the office and seeing your beautiful work.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll all be back soon. But guys, in the meantime, make sure you tell your friends and you tell your family about Podkinz, because it's really the best place to learn about upcoming events in Webkinz world. And of course, sometimes you even get to meet some of the Webkinz staff and artists, like the talented Mike who joined us on the Podkinz today. So stay safe, guys. Have fun. Play Webkinz. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.